Hello, 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 and thank you all for joining us for Casey, a special edition of Casey's Most Eligible. My name is Craig Moore, a diverse talent professional here in Kansas City, and it's an honor for me to be a part of this conversation for many different reasons. But one, just want to thank Chelsea for allowing me to be a part of this space. We have been partners through my organization, Black Excellence KC, with supporting our members with, the necessary resources for them to truly navigate this workforce that we're in right now. So we all know that it's a job to look for a job, and so through the IHRU firm, she's able to support our members through their resume development, through their seeking out jobs, through their interviews, and just so on and so much more after that. And so, super excited to be a part of this conversation. Not just talk about Chelsea, and I know a lot of y'all just kind of see her through this space, but to get to a little bit more to get to know a little bit more about her. And this new phase of IHRU and what's coming down the pipeline. I've been able to have a really great insight to the things that are happening, and I'm so excited to be able to present my view that I've been able to have for the last couple of weeks on what's to come down the pipeline. And so, again, Chelsea, thank you so much for allowing me to do this. And yeah, I want to why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself? What is the firm about? How you've built the firm, and what really sparked you to create um, IHRU. And if you don't know the acronym, when she told me the acronym, it truly blew my mind. It's Innovative Human Resources for You. And so when you think about that, I know many people are just saying the acronym, but like, what is it that helps you create this brand and bring things to life for these professionals?
Oh, experience. It is truly a bootstrapped thought process. I quickly realized early on that as I was looking for jobs and trying to figure things out, I hadn't finished college. What is the corporate space about? Like, obviously, I got to work. So let me figure this out. So I would have thought that I would have been many things, but I never thought that I would have been in human resources. But my experiences really shaped me and drew me into human resources because I was able to speak to some of the issues that we all occur, the difficulties in finding employment, navigating the workforce as a whole, the things that we don't know. So the innovation that needed to be there is kind of what birthed IHRU. What are some ways that we can better connect when it comes to employees and employers, our relationships, the resources, the knowledge that we need to have about employment rights, and what are good benefits, and what do you put on a resume? What do compensation exactly entail? Okay, so I get cash, and it's my net pay, my gross pay, but what's everything else behind the scenes that takes place and is accounted for, such as our location, our educational background, and things of that nature. So that's what brought me to creating IHRU, and it was a experience. It took me several years to develop all of the content and what resources are available on a national level in order for me to be as impactful as I wanted to be.
I mean, and it's such a great service. I've been able to use it myself. Luckily in my new current job with Venture for America, I was like, I don't know how much I'm worth, like where do I fit at in this pay scale? And to be able to lean on you with some great coaching to, really help me, size that up and really put down an offer uh that not only benefited them but benefited myself and my family. Super gracious for this opportunity. And so as we're talking about, this new workforce, right? And we are now seeing, with the things that have happened across our country over the last few years, uh, you know, Gen Zers and millennials, they're putting their foot down and they're saying like, no, we want to be in a space that's not only going to develop the business, but develop ourselves and make sure that we have longevity. So what do you think are the driving forces for them making those decisions now, and really leveraging the workforce to really work for them?
I think learning from the decisions and the societal constructs that we had previously for our parents and grandparents, and just the areas of opportunity that could have been there, kind of the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and really focusing on making better decisions for themselves. So their focus is on being in good cultures, inclusive environments, equity in pay, equality, and several other issues that need to be addressed. And they're definitely prioritizing that. Their mental health, the impacts of how our jobs really impact us on a physical basis is definitely a high priority for them. Wellness initiatives became a really big trend in the benefits realm. So I think that they're on the right track.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. And I think what it has done is really expose these corporations a lot of some of their hiring processes that might not be equitable for all, or not. Let's not say might not, that were not equitable for a lot of us. And I think that, as you're talking about the evolution of all industries and what the workforce's approach is, uh, how they've filtered through to find those right candidates have definitely evolved with the support of AI technology. But as you know, if you're in if you're a person who has practiced discrimination for quite some time, then you're building that technology. That discrimination can bleed out into that technology. So, what are some ways that you've seen that AI has, not only widened that gap, and how do you utilizing the current service that you have, help people, pivot around those spaces?
Yeah, AI can really kind of be the throw a brick and hide your hand kind of feel. So, for one, it certainly inhibits individuals of minorities, maybe complicated names, targeting addresses, targeting certain demographics and divides, preferences. And just because there's no resume format, I always encourage any of my subscribers to have multiple resumes. There's no one size fits all resume. And because it's that way, you have times where, hey, I may submit a resume and it didn't have enough keywords on it. But it did not mean that you were not well qualified and that you also had the talent and value that we really can't express on a resume. And it really blocks you, and it blocks the employer from getting what they need when it comes to talent acquisition and finding the right fits on both parties. I'm all for leveling the playing field when it comes to human resources, because what's good for the employer is good for the employee and vice versa.
Mhm. Love it, love it, love it. So to me, that takes us to, like, let's just get into right in the meat of what we're here to really talk about. Tell us what's next for IHRU, and what is it that how do you plan on disrupting, this HR and workforce space?
Yes, I'm ready to make some noise. Yes, yes. I am very excited. Of course, as Craig mentioned, IHRU started with innovation, and innovation first, because it is so necessary as we grow through a technology climate and economy, and it's never going to go backwards. Who wants to pick up paper? We don't want to do that. So we love our phones, we love our tablets, we love our apps, we love Apple and Android. And I wanted to figure out the best ways to kind of meet and really mitigate some of the risk on the candidates and companies, and also to help them meet better, which established what we are rolling out next year is an app called Interview. Interview is the human way, we call it the human way, for companies and candidates to connect. It will establish a more in-depth and meaningful relationship beginning versus, hey, I'm job shopping and I know that it's a swarm of opportunities, but think about it. How many of those opportunities are you really reading all of the job description? And are there some job descriptions that are well written that you pass over just because there's so many? So what's an easier way for us to be able to go through as many as possible, as effectively as possible, to better find what works for you? As job seekers, that is exactly what Interview does. If you love social media, Interview is the social media of a job board. Yes, I am so excited about it. I'm thrilled. If anybody knows me, when I'm in something, I'm in it to win it. And I'm excited that people will be able to get on the Interview app Companies can post and job seekers can post, but most importantly, that experience will look like, hey, I'm swiping and I see a video from A, B, and C Logistics, and they're saying, they need a analyst in accounting, and oh, they need a finance manager, and you actually get to see that hiring manager, not just the representation of the company and human resources. I don't want you to see me. I want you to see the hiring manager, and I want you to hear them talking about the job description, what their needs are, talking about an inclusive statement, share what their objectives and goals for the department is, how that ties to the organization, and how they hope to hear from you, even if it's preferences for the application process, but an immediate engagement in short form and long form video that can really circle that connection and build community and allow companies to establish themselves as employers of choice in the market, and also allow candidates to establish themselves as the best and talented in their industry. So talk about competition.
Man, it's exciting as you took me through the demo of the app itself. It's almost like a TikTok for the workforce, right? Like you're able to upload videos, and this is for the employer and the job seeker. Like you can upload videos that really showcase your personality that many times a resume is not able to do through words, and then also just the feedback that you're able to obtain again from both sides of the spectrum, how you can really fine tune your approach when trying to find a real connection that's going to have impact. So, no, those are my favorite features. What do you think that some of your favorite features that people can expect from that?
I think people are going to enjoy watching job descriptions in a video format and liking them. It really gives companies a gauge on interest and what they need to work on in order for them to attract the talent that they want, engaging in that feedback and making those changes. And also, they'll be able to apply to the role. So you can literally click the video and go directly to the actual company website or third party vendor to submit your formal resume and application. It's still a requirement. But in order for you to make the best decisions for you, it's in video format.
Mm.
So I think that'll be a high feature, and definitely help us find our way through the musical chairs of hiring quicker. But also, DEI is going to be at the forefront. So when you get on a company's profile, you'll be able to see certain metrics and dashboard numbers that will display, how well they are performing in DEI, and maybe even some history of, where they started, where they are. You can swipe another video on their profile and see a message from the CEO, what he hopes
Mm.
to bring in talent, and how you can add value, how he hopes to be engaging with you, helping them establish that presence and not be so hands off, but to be very hands on, to be engaging. Engagement is everything. We are moving to, I think it's like 30% of the workforce to be Gen Zers by 2030. And we have more and more technology that's coming to the basis to help us improve on the back end of human resources. But we need something that is like a marketplace and really establishes the true connection versus just going to people kind of like with a flyer and a contract. It's not now, we're past
Mhm.
that, and we have to evolve in that way. They'll also be able to see salary ranges. I'm really pushing for that. And shout out to the states that are supporting pay transparency. Yes, I
Yes,
love
yes,
it,
yes.
love it. And as the more information a company shares, the more effective it will be for them, because
Mm.
job seekers want to know, and giving them those opportunities to stand out amongst their competitors, to be able to be genuine in their niche, not be the comparison. I always say, if you get to comparing the apples and the oranges, and this company like mine is doing this and I'm doing this, and well, I'm going to do what they're doing better. Do what you do better. And that's what IHRU is all about. So we are excellent at helping candidates find and retain great positions. And I want to do that better. And that's what
Love
interview
it.
does.
Love it, love it, love it. I think that the transparency piece is big, right? And you got let's think about, like, let's reiterate, this is like video format. So you'll be able to see, these hiring managers, these HR supports. Maybe it's featuring the ERG leadership to be in these company profiles, so you can really get a really great in depth. And I'm so excited about this. But let's talk to the companies just a little bit, right? And we're on LinkedIn, so a lot of these hiring managers and recruiters are there, and they're just like, another app, or just something else. How do you, how does this help them fill their workforce gap in this space of like the great resignation?
The Great Resignation is due to several reasons. Yes, COVID caused us to evaluate some things. Remote workforce and opportunities really grew and will continue to boom. But the app itself will help you fill positions faster. It will help you identify and find who you actually want faster. It will also help you find what's actually out there. Maybe, for a specific role, you were just looking for somebody local, but because of interview, you are able to say, actually, can we make some entities in other states so that we can hire there? Because these people are fabulous, and this is what it's going to do for our organization, especially when it comes to companies that are focused on scaling, that you're focused on growth. If you're not keeping up, you're going to fall behind. So interview is so resourceful to help give them that feedback and set themselves apart, maximizing the tool itself, on the front end in the app form, whether that's on your phone, but also on the back end. There is a build out for recruiters to be able to shop talent, and you'll be able to identify those that have marked key skill sets for themselves, and also reach out to them when I'm looking at a particular video and saying, hey, I really like this woman's video. I loved who she was. She showed the team. They had an inclusivity statement. There was some crazy stuff that they really went over about their organizational goals that really tapped me in. We have this intense burnout when it comes to young people, and they get bored easy because they want to keep climbing. So, even sharing as a leader in the video is a hiring manager, this role transitions to X, Y, and Z. These are the skills that you're going to learn and gain here at wherever we are. This is so important. And these are deal breakers because we have the ability now where access is so easy and it's so convenient when it comes to employment. But really making that connection to say, this is for me. I want them to have that experience, and that's what interview provides. And as a company, you'll be able to connect with people and say, this is the person, this is really the person before we even get there. Because right now, as you pointed out with AI, we're missing out on quality talent. And it's slowing down our department, it's slowing down our needs and meeting our goals on people that can execute and deliver the tasks that we need in order for us to meet whatever, it is in the market when it comes to our growth and our revenues. It is so imperative. And I kind of coined the term people before profits. So it is very true. We have a economy where we've been putting profits before people, and well, I want to make this goal, so make this happen, but you don't have the right people. And we're also not giving them the right experience for them to grow and continue to give you more value. We're putting them in boxes, and those boxes are not serving them, and they're not serving us. So interview is here to change that.
Man, I really appreciate that perspective. And so we're going to switch gears just a little bit, because I think that, in the space that I'm in when it comes to startups and founders, I'll be remiss not to, just dig into just you as a person and what it is that has, grown you to this space. So, as a serial entrepreneur, you've been kind of quiet about your endeavors in the back. You have IHRU 24/7, and I just happened to luck up on it. I didn't see any grandeur things. And then as I did my research, you have Amplify and Alpha Life. Sorry about that. You have Alpha Life. What is it that makes interviews so different when you're changing this your strategy of the rollout?
Oh gosh, I am pretty quiet. And I love to be behind the scenes. I'm very involved in the ingenuity of my businesses and the companies that I work with and have worked for. I'm the person that likes to make it happen. I'm the long hours, committed, really knee deep individual that moves the needle. And Interview calls for me to do more than that. Interview is such a collective impact. It's not something that, like I HRU in the consulting space, where I can deliver directly to the client and the client facilitate how I've supported them and give them the guidance necessary to make whatever the desired outcome is happen. Interview is a community. Interview is a full picture and a mass solution. It's not something that's just, that niche. It's so much more, especially as technology grows. This will be something that people can share tips on. Hey, I posted a video about how I manage benefits. I posted a video about how to build compensation philosophies. And, do you have some tips for me helping this figure it out? It helps them collectively say, hey, I use this system and this actually worked for me. But if you tried this works better. And, really communicating about some of the things in their industry that are being rolled out and are being used more frequently, currently trending. And I want them to really connect with each other because this is a forward mission. So it's not something that I can just bootstrap and bang out myself. As much as I enjoy doing that, and for it to be, I'm so passionate about Kansas City. I love Kansas City. Kansas City's home. So
Mm.
I know that as this business grows and takes off, I know it's going to be an accelerated experience. It's something that I want to maintain here in Kansas City. I am all about building sustainable opportunities for diverse communities. I'm very committed to that. And this is certainly something that is special for us. It's special for, establishing and growing Kansas City is more of a tech hub, really putting us on the map. I know when people hear it, they may think, oh, that's an amazing idea. Join me. Join me. I want you to jump in, send me a message, connect with me. I want to collaborate with you and establish relationships across the board that can help drive this solution for all of the workforce, and especially when it comes to corporate. So as I would love to say, the future of the workforce and the employment relationships are being shaped in Kansas City.
Oh well, this is something new to me because in the past when we talked, you're all about bootstrapping and doing it on your own, and so anytime I ever mentioned VC or investor, you was like, no, Craig, that's not where I'm going. That's not what I'm doing. So, like, tell us about that journey in you bootstrapping your own endeavors prior, but like now you're kind of switching that around to where you're kind of welcoming more to kind of be in on the vision of what you're trying to create.
Absolutely. I am definitely a visionary, and I I am not shy to get my hands dirty. I always tell people I can look back on my life and think about when I was praying for everything that I have now, and that is the support and the thriving resilience that I've had bootstrapping and focused on organic growth and funding when it came to my businesses is how can I do this myself? We all know how challenging it is for minorities and females when it comes to venture capital. And I don't let anything stop me. I don't.
Mhm.
So the other two, as amazing as they are, I put thousands of dollars, thousands and thousands of dollars into this. And sure, this may have been long nights. I may have been working this role, this role, this role, this role. And I will extend myself to make that dream happen. I'm all about investing in yourself, and something I do every year. I'm always leveling up. I'm investing in something else for every age. And I didn't make it that way actually, but it's just been my life's pattern. And I realize that's a good pattern and it's been a good habit to have. And interview has been the next phase of IHRU. And it certainly has been impactful. And I want to continue to not only be as involved as I've been, but because interview is bigger than me, as I said before, it's something that requires more thought leaders. And I'm all for the diversity of thought at the table with something that is as amazing as this market opportunity. So I take it very seriously, and I'm looking forward to connecting with people in this space.
Yeah, I mean, I am too. And when you're thinking about as we, on that trail of connecting, like how can people learn more about the app? How can they get access to it? Like, what are some ways that you're looking to really connect this community together to make this thing possible?
Yes, so we're actually launching our website. I'm super excited. So follow me so you can catch that announcement. And it will be very soon. I can tell you right now, it will be within the next 2 weeks. So I'm thrilled. And
All right.
I'm doing that. Also, connect with me here on LinkedIn. Follow me, connect with me. And don't just view the profile. I want you to be a part of it. I don't want you on the outside, I want you in. And because there's certain things that we're able to connect and bring value to each other. But send me a DM. I've got a calendar. I can just shoot you a message and say, hey, book time with me at your convenience, and let's make things happen. So I'm super thrilled about that. We have the app will be in full beta at the beginning of next year, and I'm planning a great event opportunity for Kansas City. So I'm super thrilled about that. I hope to see you there. So definitely, when I post the announcement about the websites being live and in production, make sure you get on there and join the list. You will not want to miss the updates and event opportunities to come.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I want to thank you again for allowing me this space to be able just to poke and and question about this great opportunity. I do think that it's going to be a game changer and a disruptor in the workforce space. Look forward to partnering with you and some of the things that we're doing with Black Excellence KC. And yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I subscribe so we can make sure we're a part of that beta phase. And yeah, just excited for you and thankful for this space again. Um, you all, please follow Chelsea, subscribe to her list when the announcement comes out. Don't forget to subscribe to that as well. I think that the event might be at Keystone. I don't know. It might be, uh, but and I'll make sure I'll share with our great community as well. Chelsea, again, thank you for being a leader in this space. Thank you for supporting the many underserved communities that are out there that don't have these opportunities, and really give them the opportunity to kind of just come authentically and find their value in the work that they're doing. So we appreciate you in this space, and yeah, I guess we'll see y'all on the next KC Most Eligible.
Yes, first Thursday of November. And if you are a leader here in Kansas City, I would love to have you on the show. So shoot me a message and let's connect. Thank you for joining.